I'm very excited to show you AVAYA call reporting and what is new with release 3.12. If you've never seen AVAYA call reporting, this is the main management screen of the software. Now, the nice thing about AVAYA call reporting is you can access everything from the same interface. And AVAYA call reporting can offer standard reports as the base license. There are actually over 60 standard reports that can run on a little bit of everything out of the AVAYA IP office. You can schedule those reports to run automatically, and then you can verify the data or drill down into your data within Cradle to Grave. If you want to use AVAYA call reporting for call recording, it incorporates the recordings and puts them into the same interface within Cradle to Grave. So you can see your recordings and hear your recordings from the same interface. There's a nice wide variety of feature sets available within the call recording, which allow you to download, email, generate an external link. You can actually also create a snippet and have different playback speeds. Within the call recording, you also have the ability to create quality assurance or scorecard campaigns where you can measure your employees' performance. You can also monitor your agents in real time. You can see their current activity as well as what they were doing in the past. You can also build wall boards. These can be customized, or you can use one of the many different wallboard templates available within AVAYA call reporting. Now, what I really want to focus on today is not what has been in the software, but what is new with release 3.12, and that's the contact center piece. This gives you the ability to create skill groups within the software, easily manage who is a part of those skill groups. What features, what displays do you want for the agents? I'll also demonstrate how the skills-based routing queuing works and the queue callback features. I'm also going to show you the web chat, what the agent experience is, and what the customer experience is. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the skill groups. It's very easy to add agents to your skills. Here I have 3 different skill groups, and I have my agents. If I want to add an agent to that skill group, I just give that a skill level 1 through 10. If I want to change another agent, I can change their skill level at any time. If I want to adjust the skills or create a new skill, I can do that very simply. Now, the reason I want to show this is how easy it is to adjust the queue announcements. Again, what is the customer experience? What do they go through when they call your organization? Well, they're going to come in and you can determine what announcements they hear. Now, if you have an agent available, which is obviously what everyone wants, it's going to go right to that agent. But if you don't have an agent available, what do you want them to have? What options do you want to present them? And you can use some predefined messages such as estimated wait time, tell them their position in queue. You can also give them the option for queue callback. Now, this is an awesome feature within AVAYA call reporting. This holds the customer's place in line. So if they hear something like, oh, their position in queue, perhaps a couple seconds later, we want to give them the option to schedule a queue callback. And the system's all automated. So when they select queue callback, it will read back to them, oh, I see you're calling from this number. Is that the number you'd like me to call you back? And they can select that number or enter a new number. And the system will call them back when it's their turn. And you can also invoke 2 different strategies. Again, going for the best customer experience. You can reserve the agent, or you can have them wait in queue, meaning when the system calls them back, it'll call them back when they're first, and then once the next agent's available, it connects the 2. The reserve agent is a little bit of the opposite. Once the customer's first in line, it waits for the next agent to become available. Once they are, it holds that agent and goes and gets the customer on the line. Now, the best part about this is it's very easy to deploy. It's just like that. You can give the option to snooze the call. So when you call the customer back, maybe it's a bad time. Well, you can give them the option, hey, we'll try you back in 20 minutes or whatever time you want to select. And then the nice thing is, as this is configured and set up, you can report on all of this activity. There are standard reports allowing you to track, are people using my queue callback? Is it getting them back on the line? Well, you can run reports on that. Okay, here I'll just run a simple skill queue call volume. So if you want to determine when are people using my queue callback? When are we calling them back? Are we getting to them in a timely manner? It's very easy to run a report. You just select your date and time range. How do you want to see this report? By hours out of the day, days of the week, weeks of the year, what skill group you want to see, and then you can run the report in a PDF, Excel spreadsheet, HTML, or CSV format. We'll go ahead and run this report in PDF. And here I have my skill call volume, so I can see how well is my skill group performing. Not too bad. I had 81 calls. I only lost 2 in the queue. And I could go down here and see exactly when that is. And sure enough, it was when my skill group was the busiest, is when I lost those calls in queue. I did have a few callers schedule a queue callback, and we attempted to call them back quite a few times, but we were only able to get a hold of them one time. Now again, if you want to see, well, exactly what happened on these calls, how come we didn't get a hold of them? The beautiful thing is all of this is tracked in cradle to grave as well. So you can go see exactly what's happening when your customers schedule a queue callback. When does it call them back? Did the call get aborted because they didn't answer? Well, let's take a look. Here's one where I happen to know where they scheduled a queue callback. Call came in, went right to the customer service queue, played them some prompts, and after 2 minutes, they decided to schedule a queue callback. They heard audio where it read them their phone number back. They may have entered a new number or used the exact same phone number, and then the callback was scheduled. A few minutes later, it called them back, and I know that by the phone number here. Well, let's see what happened when we tried to call them back. When we called them back, they snoozed it, so we got them at a wrong time. Just wasn't the best optimal time here, so they decided to snooze the call. It's set for 20 minutes. Sure enough, it called them back about 20 minutes later. What happened here? Oh, they snoozed it again. The system will allow them to snooze it and get a callback 3 times. On that 3rd time, they either have to cancel the queue callback or accept it. And here you can see they canceled or aborted that queue callback. Okay, let me show you one where we may have got the customer on the line. Here's another queue callback where this time they did accept it and it transferred over to the agent where it rang there for just 6 seconds. Trevor answered this call, talked to him for 3 minutes and 47 seconds, and then the calling party hung up the call. That's right, AVAYA call reporting will show you which side of the call hung up first. Was it the customer or was it the agent? And you have this cradle to grave detail, not just on your queued callback, but all calls, all queued calls. You're going to see transfer events, hold events, a lot of great detail. So you can really see what's happening with your customers when they enter the system. What is their experience? And then you have scheduled reports to determine what are your agents doing with those as well. So you can measure it over time. And then you have the real-time software. So you can see exactly how many calls do I have in queue right now. What's the longest my customers have waited? If I want to determine and schedule some queue callback displays, I can have that as well. These wallboards can be customized to display virtually any value that's in the IP office and within AVAYA call reporting. And again, there's a number of different wallboard templates for you to select from as well. So you're not limited by what you see in the wallboards. You can configure these to display virtually any value that you want. Okay, and you can put these up on a flat screen TV. You can have them play audible alarms. You can have them change colors. You can also send a pop screen message to the agents. You can send an SMS text or an email to the supervisors, letting you know when there's a problem. Maybe again, you had too many calls in queue. Maybe no agents available for a certain amount of time. Now these wallboards are great, but what about the agents? The agents have their own desktop tool that they can use. Now within AVAYA call reporting, administrators configure what they want the agents to see. What values do they want them to see? Do they want to see when there's calls in queue? Do they want to see when there's scheduled queue callbacks? Do we want to give them the ability to enter reason codes when they go on break or do not disturb? That's what AVAYA call reporting allows for you, the supervisors, to configure for their agents. But let's go ahead and show you what the agent experience is. I'm going to switch my screens here and go over to my agent monitor. Here you'll see I have all my desktop icons. I can access any program that I need to, but I have this nice personalized display. And I can move that around wherever's convenient for me as an agent. And that's going to rotate between the different values that the supervisor has set up for me. If I want, I can also right-click on the AVAYA logo and change how it's displayed. Perhaps I want to change this from a single rotating view, what it's doing now, to a floating view, or my personal favorite, a docked view, where it docks to my screen. Okay, so now I see all of my different values. We'll go ahead and set that back to a single rotating value. Then we'll put it in the top right-hand corner. Okay, now as an agent, if I were to receive a call, I'm going to receive a notification. Okay, and I can have that notification on inbound calls, outbound calls. And there you saw an inbound call present to the agent. Now what you'll see here is the customer information as well as the group. This displays IP Office Hunt groups as well as Avaya call reporting skill groups. Okay, oftentimes agents are a part of multiple skills or hunt groups. This notifies the agent what type of call is being presented to them. So if they need to answer the call in a particular way, they can do that. So here I saw this was a sales call. And now while on the phone or even after the call, maybe I just ended the call as an agent and I want to tag some information about that call. I want to tag some account codes. What happened on this sales call? Well, perhaps I scheduled a meeting. That's one of my objectives, and I want to be able to report on how many scheduled meetings I got for each sales call. Or maybe the customer agreed to terms. This was a sales call. They agreed to purchase the software. I can track all that. Or maybe I want to put a unique custom account code. You can do custom account codes, sub or primary account codes. I can also tag freeform nodes. Okay, so if I want more of a sentence structure, I can tag and report on all this information. So I could type something like customer agreed to software purchase, wants to go live in 1 week. Again, not so much an account code or a disposition code as sometimes they're referred to, or matter codes. More of a sentence structure is what the notes are for. And again, all of those show up in your reports as well as cradle to grave. Okay, and again, that pop screen is available for inbound, outbound. You can also enable internal calls if you want that pop screen for internal calls. Okay, the next thing is the agent presence tool. With 3.12, agents now have the ability to log in to their skill groups, to web chat. They can determine what availability they have to answer those. So here as an agent, I'm logged in as Courtney Adams. You'll see I've enabled all my skill groups. I'm a part of 3 different skill groups, and I'm available to take a web chat, but I'm not available to take a voice call. And the reason being is you'll notice when I mouse over that as an agent, it says, oh, you're not ready because you're on a phone call. If I were to end this call, you'll now notice I am available to take another voice call. If I want to log myself out of my skill groups, I can do that. And perhaps maybe I only need to log into one group at a time. Avaya call reporting gives the agents that flexibility, again, to log into all groups or individual skill groups. When they need to go on a break, they can also put themselves into a do not disturb state where they still can receive calls to their desk phone, extension calls or calls direct to their DID, but maybe you only want to take them off of their skill groups. They can put themselves into a multimedia do not disturb state. And again, if the supervisor wishes, they can have the agent enter a reason code. Why did you just put yourself into a busy state? Well, I'm going on break. I'm going on a webinar demo. Okay, so I can't take any calls at this time. Once I'm available again, I just turn that off and I can receive those calls. Here comes another call coming in on the main line. Now that was a hunt group call, not a skill group call, which is why it was still presented to the agent. Again, once she hangs up, it's going to make her available. So that is the agent experience for voice calls. But let me go ahead and show you what it looks like for web chats. I'm going to log into a different agent system here so you can see what it looks like on an agent when I receive a web chat. I've created for this demo a simple blog spot. Okay, here there are currently no agents available or logged in. If I want to log in as an agent, again, it's the same experience. So I'm going to launch my desktop tool here, make myself ready to receive those calls. The system now sees that I'm logged in and ready, and I can click here to chat with an agent. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize my agent tool, and this is the web page. This is the customer experience, and you can customize this web chat to the look and feel how you want to display that. It says there's an agent available, so I'm going to go ahead and log in, and we'll just do John Doe. Put in an email address, confirm I'm not a robot, and submit. And it says you're in the queue. It saw that I'm logged in, so as an agent on the right-hand side, it wants me to accept this. This is like ring time, so you can report how long it takes your agent to answer that call. If I'm ready to take that chat, I shouldn't say call, that chat, I accept that chat, and it pops up, and it's going to give me the chat options. Now you'll notice there, it automatically auto-responded to the customer. You can configure the system to send an auto response once the agent answers or accepts the chat. In this case, it says, "Hello, John Doe. My name is John Florence. What can I help you with today?" And again, that is a customizable chat message. And then as the customer, I can type in whatever I need help with. I need help with my software solution. Can you help me? Okay, and you'll see here that's going to present to the agent over here. As the agent, I can type again, and you can see when there's typing both on the customer experience as well as the agent experience. Great question. You can see that agent typing. Which solution? Maybe I need a little more information. I can type canned messages here, and I want to put, AVAYA call reporting. And that comes back here. As an agent, if I'm equipped to help this, I can continue this web chat, but perhaps this came into the wrong skill group. Maybe they didn't go to the support web page and they're just on a simple blog spot like here. Oh, that's not the right one. I need to transfer you. I can transfer them over to a different agent or to a different skill group. I can also request screenshots, or I can send a predefined message. So maybe I want to send a predefined message, and I have one for support here. So rather than constantly typing out the same things, I'm going to say, "Oh, looks like you need our support team." And I'm going to send that over to them. And then I'm going to go ahead and transfer this agent to a different skill group. And I'm going to select support. Okay, and that has now been transferred and sent over to the different skill group. And once it gets accepted here, depending on that skill group's parameters, it could send a new auto response. Now, here's the exciting thing I'm happy to share with you about the web chat portion. You have cradle to grave reporting on the web chat as well. Let me go ahead and show you that. Okay, so that's just a high-level overview of the customer and the supervisor or agent experience. When the supervisor needs to determine, of course, they can see those web chats in real time with the wallboards. They can see queues, just like web chat queues and skill voice call queues. They can see average time to answer, average time chatting, all within the wallboards. You have reports as well as cradle to grave on those web chats. And here you'll see some of my web chats, and I can expand that and I can see exactly what happened, how long the customer waited, how long it interacted with the agent, meaning the ring time. They accepted the chat. How long did they chat? 5 minutes and 31 seconds. And then, Rebecca requested a screenshot. You're also going to see when web chats get transferred to a different agent. Okay, and if ever you have questions about, okay, why did that happen here? I can see, Cody was on this chat, extension 206. He chatted for 3 minutes and 49 seconds, and then he transferred it over to the front door. Why did he do that? Well, here on the right, I have my chat log from the agent perspective. What did they do on that chat? Why did they transfer them? What were they looking for? Oh, looks like you were for support, and then they got that auto response for support. Okay, again, this was just a very high-level intro of what's available within AVAYA call reporting release 3.12. If you'd like more information, please visit avaya.com or contact your local AVAYA NAM, TAM, or sales engineer to learn more about AVAYA call reporting.